Okay, now I'm recording it.
Man, they didn't get me jumping jack.
So, to summarize well, who can read these bullet points for me? Alex J, read me the first one.
You need to know what to include in your summary.
Yep, you need to know what to include. Marvin, read the next one. You got unmute.
You need to know how to summarize the author points in your own words.
Thank you. And Ying, read that last one.
You need to know how the details support the author's main idea.
Perfect, thank you. So we have a lot of different parts we need to think about when we're summarizing. And we're gonna break that down today. And learn about that. Our goal. Guadalupe, can you nice and loud read our goal, please?
To learn that when readers summarize nonfiction writing, they organize their summaries.
Yep, they organize their summaries. So as readers, we have to organize our summaries to include what the most important things are to the writer's topic. So their main idea, which we've talked about before, their main idea and supporting details, all while being careful to put this into our own words. So we're not just saying exactly what they said, we need to put it into our own words. So the structure of our text, which we've talked about before, we have chronological, problem and solution, cause and effect, compare and contrast, and then one we kind of talked about was descriptive. So the structure of your text, whether it's cause and effect or chronological, it can guide or help the way that you summarize the main idea and supporting details of the text. So you want to be sure you're aware or you know the structure of your text while you're reading so that you can help yourself when it comes time to summarize it. So we're going to do some practice. I will read the first oh my goodness, that's not what I want to do. I will read the first paragraph of this guy right here. I'm actually going to grab the book. So this is from our Everything Weather book. Someone unmute and tell me what the title of this page is.
Here comes the sun.
Yep.
Here comes.
Thank you. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. The sun is Earth's 5 billion, with a B, year-old friend. How hot is it? Really hot. The sun has a core of gases that reaches a temperature of 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 million degrees Celsius. Here on Earth, we are 90 million miles, or 150 million kilometers away from the sun, but that's still close enough to feel the burn. Feel the burn. The sun provides most of the heat and light for the planet, but it is not the only factor in the weather. So what do we think that this page is going to be about? Alejandro. Just a guess. What do we think this page is going to be about?
About learning the sun is Earth.
Yeah, learning about the sun and the earth. I'm going to keep going here. All those millions of miles from the sun, our planet spins on an axis. The rotation causes moving air to change direction. Add more movement to the air that is rising, falling, and changing temperatures, and you end up with a wild weather ride. When it comes to causing weather, the sun, land, and air are partners. The sun heats large patches of the land, which warm the air above them. The wind then moves the warm air around, sometimes bumping cooler patches out of the way. The air is constantly shifting, rising, falling, heating, and cooling, and make the weather very unpredictable. Okay, So let's try to figure out what the main idea is of this passage that we just read. Who thinks they have an idea about what the main passage is? So we thought it's going to be about the sun, but what about the sun? What is the sun doing with the earth? Jonathan.
Making it hot.
Yeah, making it hot. What's another way to say that? Use this word a couple of times in there. It's making it hot and causing, starts with a W. Someone unmute and help him out.
Weather.
Weather. Yep, so the sun is working with the earth. Oh my goodness, earth. I need to capitalize that. To make weather. And we kind of already answered the question of what this is mostly about. It's mostly about the sun. I think Alejandro told us that before we started. It's mostly about the sun. So we're going to start our summary together. We're going to tell the main idea, and also we need to be specific about who the author is. Did it tell us on this page, thumbs up or thumbs down, who the author is? Everybody should have a thumb up or down. Did it tell us on this page who the author of this book is? Looking for everyone's thumbs. I don't see everyone's thumbs. I need to see it in the screen. No, right? We didn't see it on there. Where can I look to find the author, Ania?
You can look at the title of the book to see, beneath the title of the book to see what it says. Like, it'll usually say the author.
Yep, beneath the title on the book. Where's the title on the book?
First page.
The front of it, the front page. So it says, I have the everything weather right here. I have no idea if you guys can see. There we go. And it says down at the bottom that it's by Kathy Fergang. Fergang. Interesting last name. Kathy Fergang. So we're going to say in this passage, the author's point is, what did we say on the last page? That the sun is working with the earth to make weather. So that's what we've already determined on that. Oh my God, on that page. So we're going to move forward a little bit and we're going to talk about those details that support our main idea, and then we're going to write our summary. Oh, we have to talk about the structure first. I forgot about the structure. Who can tell me what the structure is? What do they think the structure is? Somebody I've not heard from. Marvin, what do you think the structure is?
Transition words.
Transition, this is the title of this little thing. So here it says the structure. So below structure, it's all the different structures. And the transition words are under here. So I'm going to read that passage again. And we're going to see what you guys think. I can find it. The sun is Earth's 5 billion year old friend. How hot is it? Really hot. The sun has a core of gases that reaches a temperature of 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. Here on Earth, we are 93 million miles away from the sun, but that's still close enough to feel the burn. The sun provides most of the heat and light for the planet, but it is not the only factor in the weather. All those millions of miles from the sun, our planet spins on an axis. The rotation causes moving air to change direction. Add more movement to air that is rising, falling, and changing temperatures, and you end up with a wild weather ride. When it comes to causing weather, the sun, land, and air are partners. The sun heats large patches of land, which warm the air above them. The wind then moves the warm air around, sometimes bumping cooler patches out of the way. The air's constant shifting, rising, falling, heating, cooling make the weather very unpredictable. So, thinking about those transition words, what do you think the structure is? Chronological, problem solution, cause and effect, or compare and contrast? Chronological. Someone help him out. Corbin, why don't you help him out?
Can cause and effect.
Cause and effect. I definitely agree because it's talking about the sun and different parts of the earth causing the weather. So we also, Kathy Fergang, our author, our main idea is that she explains that the sun and earth work together to create the weather. So we need to think about some key supporting details that we saw. So the first one we saw is that the sun heats the land, which warms the air. She says that. Where did she say that? Oh, the last paragraph, she says, when it comes to causing weather, the sun, land, and air are partners. Her first point, she says, the sun heats large patches of land, which warm the air above them. Guys, is this a direct quote? Is this exactly what she said, word for word, yes or no? She said, the sun heats large patches of land, which warm the air above them. Yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is this exactly what she said, word for word? Good, I see some thumbs down. If you remember in one of our first slides, it says we need to put this in our own words. So in our summary, we're not repeating exactly what she says. We put her point or her supporting detail into our own words. The next one is the wind moves warm air around, which she says the wind then moves warm air around, sometimes bumping cooler patches out of the way. So we summarize that little detail by just saying the wind moves warm air around. And last, we say that the Earth's rotation also causes air to change temperatures. So these are all her supporting details that it does say in the text, but we put them in our own words. So who would like to read our summary of the page, Here Comes the Sun? Somebody. Clay, why don't you read that for us?
In the passage, Kathy Fergang explains that the sun and earth together work to create weather. One detail that supports this is that the sun heats the land on the earth, which warms in the air. In the addition, Kathy Fergang points out that wind moves warm air around. A final detail is that Earth's rotation causes air to move and change directions, which then causes change in temperatures.
Yeah, great job. Thank you, Clay. So some things we want to notice about that. We repeated the author's point, the main idea that we decided in the first couple slides in our own words, and then explain the details that supported the main idea. So first we said in the passage, Kathy Fergang, we said the name of the author, explains that the sun and earth work together to create weather. Then we're specific about what we're talking about next. One detail that supports this is, and then we named that detail. So that's something really important where it says one detail that supports this. Those are some good fourth grade words you can use in your summaries that are telling us what you're writing. And then we went on to name the rest of them. And we also use some of those transition words to help link parts of the summary. Think back to what we said the structure of this was. Maybe, where did we do that? We said it was cause and effect. Some of those transition words are because, since, reasons, then, therefore, so, and in order. In our summary, we used cause to show that we're talking about cause and effect. So today, your job is to read your nonfiction book. We're reading it on Epic now since we're virtual again. And you are going to write out a summary of a passage or an article that you have read. So it could be like a page, it could be a chapter if you have short chapters. And what you need to do is you need to think about the text structure. That will help you write your summary. We want to make this, well, you want to make this for yourself as easy as possible. And something to do that is to preview that text and figure out what text structure you're reading before you start just writing your summary, just start writing words. Are you writing exactly what the author wrote in the book, word for word? Thumbs up or thumbs down? No, you're not. You should not be copying exactly what the author wrote. You're summarizing in your own words, okay? I figured it. You're up.
All right, y'all. So we're going to do some of this in small groups, and some of you will do it on your own and all that business. So let me go through and just roll through the groups here. Some of you here in about 10 minutes are going to log on to Mrs. Fleischer's Zoom, that same group. So not yet, but in 10 minutes, Biani, Dunia, Alejandro, Jonathan, and Oscar, you're going to go to Mrs. Fleischer's Zoom. So if you want to leave this room now and go join and wait for her and read while you're waiting, you may do that. Or if you want to stay on here and do Lexia, I will give you that reminder in 15 minutes. Does that make sense? Okay. These people are going to go with Miss Weibel in just a moment. All right. You're going to go work in a small group with her for a little bit of time, and then you are going to read on your own. Those people are Corbin, Marvin, Kayla, and Mary Lay. Okay, so Corbin, Marvin, Kayla, and Mary Lay. You are going to go with Miss Weibel. Okay, these people in a few minutes, not yet, are going to meet me in a breakout room. They are Clay, Derek, Alex J, and Eric. Okay, Clay, Derek, Alex J, and Eric.
We could do Lexia while we're waiting.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and put you in my small group room. Okay. But before we do that, I want to make sure you guys understand the assignment. Okay, so I'm going to open up. You're going to go to Canvas on Friday. So can everybody still see can you see my Canvas page right now?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going, whoops. You're going to go to Friday, and you're going to click on reading. I clicked on writing, my fault. The camera is covering up some of my buttons. Okay, reading. And you're going to click on Unit 2, Session 7. And it's got an example of it, okay? It says, read your nonfiction book, write a summary of a passage or an article, and then think about the text structure and be sure to put the main idea in your own words. Below it has an example. So if you go to turn it in, it's the one from our lesson, and yours does not look something like this, and it is one sentence, it is not done the way it needs to be done. Okay, it needs to be more than one sentence. It needs to be like this, a little paragraph. You're summarizing a whole section, not just like one sentence. Okay, if you're not going to a room with Miss Weibel or with me, you are going to stay in the main Zoom. I'm going to give you a break in the middle and tell you when to switch over to do Lexia. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my groups in the breakout rooms, and then I'm going to tell you one more time who should be leaving to go with Miss Fleischer. All right, so my first breakout room, while you are waiting for me, so that means Clay, Derek, Alex J, and Eric, give me a thumbs up so I know you hear me. Alex J and Clay, I see a thumbs up. I not see one from Eric yet. Eric Francisco. Okay, when you go in there, I'm going to have you work on Lexia until I get there. Okay, so I'm going to send you the invite now. When you get there, you're going to go on Lexia.